Recording me, if you're going to record me, I would just ask that you don't edit things.
We don't edit things.
Don't you?
No.
Okay.
Anything that's captured between the way they start and where we might cut the video for the sake of time,
or you
but anything in between is not edited.
Okay, yeah, because I know some of the other guys have done interviews last week with the sfdawah and I had a wonderful time with Abbas and
you were here last week?
And Imran, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I had, but the other one that I've spoken with is Nazim, but I don't know if...
Nazam.
Nazam. I don't know whether he's here or not.
So he usually comes a little later, so...
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Yeah. But no, look, I had a wonderful time last week with Imran and Abbas, and we went out for dinner afterwards. And,
nice.
So we didn't get home till about 12:30. So
that's where there usually is here.
It was a good sort of talk.
Cool.
But yeah, so one of the things that I had discussed with you guys, and again, you kind of didn't sort of acknowledge that there was mistakes in the Quran.
Of course not.
That are scientifically incorrect.
Of course.
Okay, so one of them, I don't know if you remember where I sort of brought out where the Quran says Adam was made out of clay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So in clay are silicon compounds.
Okay.
Okay, so silicon is So silicon is the second most abundant element on Earth. Okay, oxygen is the most abundant element, and silicon is the second most abundant element. So clay is silicon compounds, but there's no silicon in the human body. So silicon is not an essential element. There are 17 elements that actually make up the human body, and silicon is not one of them, even though it's the most abundant element on Earth after oxygen.
Okay, so first and foremost, where did Allah gather the material from?
Okay, so according to the Quran, according to the Hadith, it came from the angels got it for it.
Yeah.
So the
angels, from where?
So the angels got it from. They got it from where?
Yeah.
Well, that's what your Hadith says.
Yeah, but from where?
So
where did the angels collect the?
Okay, so but what I'm saying is that the Quran uses the word clay.
Yes.
Okay, the angels get the word dust. So
yes.
Dust is different to clay.
Right, and Allah mentions in the Quran that we are created from dust and from clay.
Okay, but there is no silicon in our body. In fact, the word the Quran. I've read the Quran from cover to cover, as probably you have a number of times, so it used the word resounding clay. So it's like pottery.
Yes.
Okay, so pottery is made from silicon. Okay, so they're silicon compounds. Clay is silicon. When you wet clay, it'll mold and you can shape and form it. But if you wet sand, you can't mold it and shape it, right? Okay, so clay you can. If you get
why can't you?
If you get, well...
We're talking about Allah now.
No, I'm not talking about Allah.
But I am, because you're talking to me. You're challenging me based on a scientific basis, right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, the creation of Adam is not scientific.
Well, okay. When you look, what do we humans have? What makes us human?
No. But this is the thing. You're critiquing. No. What I'm saying to you is that what you're trying to do. This is a fundamental issue now, because what you're trying to do is critique the creation of mankind from a naturalistic perspective, when we don't claim that. We don't claim that mankind was created in a naturalistic way. So you are trying to give a naturalistic criteria to a supernatural event. That doesn't work.
Okay, the whole thing. Okay, so if God made Adam out of clay, how do we get from clay to amino acids, nucleic acids, and all those other sort of things? Okay,
this is the power of Allah. It's the power of Allah.
Well,
look, this is you're critiquing. No, but you're critiquing my paradigm, right?
Yes, I am critiquing.
Okay.
No.
But this is what I'm saying.
I'm not critiquing your paradigm. I'm critiquing your Quran. I'm critiquing your Quran.
Which is my paradigm.
From a scientific
No, but it's not a scientific claim.
So I'm falsifying the Quran.
No, you can't. No, listen, you can't falsify a scientific thing in the Quran when the claim is not scientific. It is not a scientific claim.
It's a false claim. So the Quran is making a false claim that Adam was made out of clay.
No, it's not.
Resounding clay.
No, because as you mentioned, you mentioned to me, the human body, doesn't have silicon in it.
Yes.
Okay. But then you also asked the question: how did clay then produce amino acids, blood cells, plasma, all of the stuff that we have, bone marrow, right? None of that is found in clay.
Correct.
right? So where did it come from? This is the thing. We don't make a scientific claim.
It came from Muhammad's head. It
No.
came from a voice in his head. That's where the Quran
Look,
came from.
it did come. Look, the Prophet ﷺ did hear this.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. So
And
he was
who
told
did
a lie.
he?
He was
No,
told a lie.
he heard it from Allah.
No, he heard
it
your
from Allah.
paradigm. That
No,
came from
no,
Allah.
but this is the thing.
But
If you look, Robin,
but
I
my
get.
paradigm is that when I critique it, so I have yet to meet a Muslim who can objectively critique their Quran. I will critique my Bible.
Yeah,
and
but I
I'll
wouldn't.
find- I'll find
No, but
faults
look,
in the Bible,
if the Quran
but you
here,
guys don't do it
no,
with
no,
the
no.
Quran.
I'll tell you why I'm not critiquing this specific thing in a scientific way. It's because it's not a scientific claim.
I know, because
if it
it's
wasn't,
false. It's
if
fallacious.
but if it is a scientific claim, then yeah, we can put some scientific criteria onto
But
it.
do you believe
But
it's
it's
truth?
not. Yes.
Do you believe it is truth?
Yes.
Okay, so sort of science is about sort of looking at truth. It's discovering truth. It's discovering the reality of the world.
Yeah, but we don't know. Look,
about humans, about rocks, about the universe, about stars. And all
that's
things.
one. No.
Okay.
What does science mean?
Okay, what does science mean? Okay, sort of science is the examination.
No, that's the process.
something.
That's the process.
Okay.
What is the meaning of science?
The meaning of science. The meaning of science, or the reason why we have science, is because,
No, the reason why we have
is
it.
because we want to discover
No.
certain things.
I'm talking about the meaning. Okay.
We are evaluating.
I'll make it simple. I'll make it simple because look, science means knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Science means knowledge. So us as Muslims, we understand that science is not limited to the physical. We understand that science means knowledge. So when it comes to our understanding and our belief in Allah, the first step to do that is to acquire knowledge. The reason why we believe that this is true is because we have acquired knowledge that Allah exists, that Allah has sent the messengers, that the messengers have come with their own evidences to prove the claim that they have made, which is that they are sent from the Creator. And for us as the Muslims, we have our primary evidence is the Quran in of itself.
And so that is what we call, in scientific terms, we call that is your confirmation bias.
No,
So
this is
therefore
what
you will always look at things through the Quran, and where there is a division between what the Quran says and what is actual fact that we know to be scientific
No.
fact. Okay,
It's not confirmation
you
bias.
will always jump back into it because that is your confirmation
I'll tell you why
bias.
it's not confirmation bias. I'll tell you why it's not.
Why?
Because the Quran is not dealing with the natural world only. If it was, then you'd have every right to critique it from a naturalistic perspective. But the Quran is dealing with knowledge on several planes, the naturalistic world as well as the metaphysical world. Okay, so this is what we are dealing with. We are dealing with two paradigms: the naturalistic and the metaphysical.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
so this is our knowledge.
I'm happy with.
Okay.
I'm
Right.
happy with metaphysics. I'm happy with that.
Okay, so yeah, but this includes the supernatural, right? This includes
sure.
the supernatural.
Yep.
So, this is what we are saying. We are not going to critique. It makes no sense to critique a supernatural claim using a naturalistic method. It makes no sense whatsoever. So your fundamentals of the critique in of itself is flawed. That's why we can't move forward with it.
No, it's not. No,
Of course
it's
it is.
Because the Quran, you believe the Quran has been around forever. It came from Allah. So why did it say that man was made out of resounding clay? So that is
Because that's what it was.
That's a fallacious statement.
No, it's not.
So, well, I've just shown to you why it's fallacious. Okay.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
Well,
I
you-
have.
okay.
Because it is,
Robin,
it is
Robin.
making the claim that Adam was basically moulded out of clay.
Yeah, a supernatural claim.
So we don't have clay in our bodies. We don't have clay in our bodies. We don't have silicon in our
We
bodies.
don't. Look, I am not saying to
we
you.
have calcium, we have phosphorus, we have sulfur, we have magnesium, we have sodium, sulfur, nitrogen, carbon,
Yeah.
hydrogen. So we've got all those 17 elements.
Yeah.
But silicon is not one of them. We don't
That's
have
fine.
clay in
It's
it.
not
Okay, so Adam was not made out of clay.
That is,
It's a
listen.
fallacious statement.
Well, like I said to you, the clay became blood, became bones. This is not
Clay can't become blood. Okay, what is
because
blood?
okay. So because
okay,
no, because
blood
you're
is
still
amino
because you're still looking at a
proteins.
supernatural claim with a naturalistic lens. It doesn't work. It's not a. It is not the
I know,
correct
because
tool.
It's false. It's false.
No, it's because you're using the incorrect tool.
The science is making these fallacious statements. Okay, and you,
That is your
and-
confirmation bias now.
No,
That's what it is because
I
now
am
you
looking
are
at the
stuck.
science.
I am looking
I'm
actually.
looking for science.
I am looking at the
I'm looking for
methodology.
science. It's
I am look.
The wrong apparatus, the wrong.
I am looking at the methodology appropriate for the claim. You are not.
You guys won't objectively critique your Quran. Okay, I have not met a Muslim who objected. Okay, let me
Who
ask
said?
you another
Whoa.
question.
You think I haven't critiqued my Quran?
Yes,
You think I haven't?
yes,
I haven't looked at it and studied it and looked at the arguments against it? You think I haven't looked at the 101 contradictions? You think I haven't looked at the people that try to falsify scientifically? Right now. We are not even looking at a falsification test. We are looking at the correct tool. You are not looking at using the correct tool to critique a certain claim. That's where we are at, Robin.
Yeah. Okay. So you give me the proof that Adam was made from clay, and that Iblis, according to you, refused to bow down to something that was made of clay because Iblis was supposedly made out of fire. Okay. So where's the scientific proof to sort of show that is real?
Who said it's scientific proof? Why is it limited to scientific? Why is it limited to science?
Okay. Sort of, how can you know that is truth?
Oh, good question. The Quran in of itself asks us to test it. Okay.
Yeah. Which I'm doing.
How does it ask you to test it? A challenge for the Arabs, which is the language. Okay, try and produce a Quran like it. Okay, and then if you can, then you falsify the book, and you falsify it as a revelation. The other one is for the non-Arabs, for the Ajam, which is if you are in doubt, then you will find many errors and contradictions. Okay.
Yep.
Now this one of itself, in order to prove an error, you would actually have to prove the opposite. Okay.
Yep.
That's what a falsification is, right?
Which I have done.
No, you have not, because in order to do that, you have to use the correct tool to falsify.
I am using the science.
You're using the scientific method to falsify the supernatural. Have you ever seen a scientist falsify the supernatural using scientific instrumental observation?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay, so there is, I grant, that there is a supernatural sort of thing behind it.
Of course.
But that's coming.
So you can't critique it. No, it's not coming from contradiction. We are saying, look.
Yes, it is.
Because we say, okay.
You accept that Adam was made from clay.
Because of the evidence.
You accept that.
Because of the evidence that the Quran is from Allah.
No. Yeah, but see, that's again your confirmation.
No, it's tracing the evidence.
Me as a non-Arab, as an outsider, when I sort of look at the claims of the Quran, the supposed scientific claims of the
critique
Quran,
something that is actually science-based. Critique a verse that is actually science-based.
Look, I'm just basically giving an example of something as a soil scientist. I work in soil science.
I know you do.
Okay, so
but you as a soil scientist are critiquing the supernatural, which makes no sense.
Sorry, can I jump in?
I'm critiquing the claim that the Quran says that Adam was made out of clay. Sure, okay.
Sorry. Do you believe that science has limitations and we don't know everything? Sure. Do you believe that?
Yeah. So the science was restricted to the
natural, right?
To the sort of physical universe, height, width, and depth.
Natural.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It's atoms.
And he's not talking about the natural.
Sure.
I mean, atoms.
Because at the end of the day, we are not saying.
No. But sort of what is clay?
Well, look, the Quran actually. The Quran
is clay.
No. But what does it? No. But is that all that makes?
Clay is silicon. Okay. Clay is in this world. Okay. We're not talking about anything kind of supernatural. We're talking about clay. Okay? So the Quran clay.
The unintellectual ramblings of people that cannot use their scripture to substantiate their belief.
The Quran claims that.
That's what they are limited to. That's what they are reduced to. They couldn't use the Bible, so they need to go around chanting. And we're still here. We're giving dawah. Alhamdulillah.
Do I believe God can do anything? Yes,
He's a Christian, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So you believe God can?
He knows that I'm Christian.
Yeah. So you believe God can do anything?
Absolutely.
And God can do something even beyond whatever physics.
Beyond nature, sure.
Beyond nature.
Yep. Sort of supernature.
How is that contradictory on what we're saying?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that the Quran has made the statement
so if
4 times, not just once. It makes the statement 4 times that Adam was made out of sounding clay.
Yeah, no. If you're not a Christian, then fine. I mean, if you're
no, even if he was an atheist, it still wouldn't make sense because of the methodology.
I know, but because he's a Christian, so he has.
So what I'm doing, okay, and there's a number of other things that I could go through in the Quran. I've read the whole Quran. I actually just finished reading it about a month ago. So I've gone through my Quran and I've got all these statements that are actually false in it, these claims that are false. So that is just one of them, which we had a conversation about.
So I'll give you another example.
But,
now, in the Bible, it says that the vegetation comes before the sun, right?
The what?
The vegetation comes before the sun.
Look, look.
Okay, sorry. Now,
if you're going to go to Genesis, I will objectively critique Genesis.
So that's what I mean.
I would say that
Do you believe that
there are things in the Bible statements which are factually incorrect.
So you are going against that?
So I would say they're factually incorrect because I will critique the Bible and I will.
So you believe God cannot do that?
I'm saying God could do it, but I don't. But it doesn't make scientific sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So therefore,
that's fine. It doesn't need to because it's supernatural.
So therefore, to have day 3 made of plants and day 4 that the sun comes into existence, okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so the 6-day creation. The 6-day creation, I don't believe is a literal thing. And I've asked Muslims, when you had your 6-day creation in the sun, in the Quran, which it says a number of times that Allah made the world in 6 days, and I've asked Muslims, and you won't come and point exactly what a day is. Okay, so
because it doesn't exactly. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala also mentions, because in the Quran, the reason why we don't put a specific, because a day is as long as Allah wishes it to be. So that's why we don't put a time on it. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says no, because Allah says miqdaruhu 50,000 sana, right? About the day of judgment, a day of which its length is 50,000 years, right? So that's how long a day is.
No. But that's the judgment of the angels takes 50,000 years.
No.
Okay, that's what
Whoa,
that verse
no.
That's where the verse
says. Who decides how long is a day?
Okay.
Who decides how long is a day?
Okay.
So
the Arabic word for day.
I mean, who decides?
Is yom.
The Arabic word for day is ayam.
No. That's plural.
Scientifically.
Yom.
Days.
Yom is
singular.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ayam.
Plural, it says 6 days. It didn't say.
Yeah.
Okay. It says Allah made the word in 6 days.
Yeah.
Plural, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that same word days is what we find in Surah chapter 2. When people do the Hajj and they can't afford to give an offering, so they've got to fast for 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the same ayam. So there's three three literal 24-hour days that you fast, but then somehow the word days, when it comes to Allah making the world and the universe, okay, so that somehow is not the same word as you find it.
No, because yom.
Yom is a day.
I know, but I'm talking about the word yom. Simply means a period of time.
Okay, but what I'm
now
saying,
the period
days,
of time is then
days?
the period of time is then known to us by the context.
Okay, so the context is a number. Okay, it says the word 6 days, the day of creation. It says
six periods of time.
It says 6 days you fast. Sorry, 3 days you fast, right?
Because now we're talking about the context of of the world.
Or the creation of the universe.
Yeah.
Which one?
Okay,
it's
so
a different.
It's the same word. It's a 24-hour day. So Muslims have the same.
How long was a day? How long was a day? 4.5 billion years ago, according to science. It wasn't 24 hours.
It wasn't 24 hours.
So the Earth.
Calculate the day.
Okay, and
how long was a day when the Earth was created?
When there is no sun.
When it was still a young hot ball of mess.
So basically, it was 4.5 billion human days ago that the Earth was formed around about then, okay?
Yeah, but how long was a day?
Human days,
no,
24-hour days.
No.
Human 24-hour days. We're going back in time.
No.
Okay?
Hold on a second.
So you guys are
No. No, you are
not.
now you're no. What you're doing now is
you sort of challenge me.
Yeah, what you're doing now is actually being dishonest about what the scientists are saying about the rotation of the Earth. The rotation of the Earth. How long did it take for the Earth to rotate on its axis 4.5 billion years ago?
4.5 billion years ago, we don't know. We sort of can't sort of say. No.
So
sort of can't say.
No, they actually estimated that it was, I think, 28 hours. Yeah, that's how long a day was.
But we
so a day.
Sure of that.
I'm not saying we're sure. I'm saying that this was the guess. Okay. This is the educated guess of the scientists who are looking back. So they thought a day was the length of 28 hours, but today we refer to a day as 24 hours.
Yeah. And it could be different in the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, so the thing is, this is what we are saying. The word yom in Arabic, if we are going to talk about the Arabic language, in the Quran, the word yom refers to a period of time. Yes. Allah has not informed us what the period of time is. So we are not going to speculate.
But what I'm saying, it's not using the word yom. It's not saying...
yam, so what? The plural of yom.
It still means... But it's giving a number.
Six.
It's giving a number.
Yeah, 6 periods of time.
6. Okay. So sort of those 6 periods of time. Now I can show you in the Hadith. I can show you in the Hadith, and in Sahih Muslim. where it says that Allah made clay on the Monday, the first day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he made...
How long will a Monday be? How long was the Monday?
Okay.
How many hours?
So
The
he's
hadith
made...
or the Quran says
Right.
how long is that?
No. How long is the Monday?
So-
How long was the Monday?
So the Monday, we would naturally assume
Assume.
if Muhammad said it, Muhammad spoke this word, and he said that Allah made clay on the Monday.
Monday, no.
Monday, which a Monday is a 24-hour day.
Is it?
Tuesday is another 24-hour day.
No.
They're all
Claimed it.
they're all
Did
weeks.
Muhammad say that?
No.
Yes, Muhammad did say
No.
that.
Do you know why? Look.
didn't
I tell you, in this world, look.
Muhammad
I tell you why.
Muhammad said it was a Monday.
Alayhi salam.
Tuesday,
Sure.
he know that-
Look, listen. I'm not disputing what you're saying. But here's the thing. We also have a hadith about the length of a day when the Dajjal comes, when the Antichrist comes. What does it say? It says the first day that the Dajjal comes, the first day will be the length of a year. So it could be a Monday, it could be a Tuesday, it could be a Wednesday. But that day is actually the length of a year.
Okay.
And then
So-
the second day is how long? The following day is the length of a month.
Okay, so-
And then the third day is the length of a week. And then the consequent days are regular days.
Okay.
A regular, which is not even mentioned at 24.
So it says that Allah made clay the first day, right, on the Monday.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So clay again. Allah made silicon. Okay, on the first day, right?
No.
Silicon,
He made-
because clays are silicon.
Clay.
Okay.
He made clay.
So it made clay.
It says clay.
Yeah.
Silicon.
Okay.
It says clay.
Well, okay. It's it.
Clay contains silicon. So it's not
Clay
is
are
silicon.
silicon compounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Clay is silicon.
Part of it, yeah.
Okay. So
It's not silicon, it contains silicon.
Okay, silicon is the second most abundant element on the planet. Okay, after oxygen. Okay. So it's huge. Everything. You know, there's so much stuff made out of silicon. Okay, and sort of silicon. This stuff's made out of silicon.
Yeah, we know. We're not disputing the abundance of silicon. We are saying to you that a day is a period of time. When Allah wills, He tells us how long it is. When He doesn't will, He doesn't tell us how long it is.
Okay.
It's that simple. How are you going to falsify it?
Okay, so again, here we go. If we look at clay being the first day, now the Earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago.
According to
Okay,
scientific
and it's
the
probably a
science.
second or third generation star. Okay, the Earth was formed out of stardust. Okay, that is basically as we understand it.
Well, actually, there are challenges to that theory.
So most of the universe is gaseous. Okay, 2/3 of it is hydrogen, 1/3 is helium,
Yeah.
and 1% of is other materials.
That's
Okay,
theory, by the way.
okay. So if you like, most of the universe is gas. Now it says in the hadith that So I'm getting back to this clay thing because that's my area of expertise. Okay, so I'm just sort of falsifying it, but sort of again, you aren't prepared to engage objectively.
I have.
with
I'll
the-
give you. Okay, listen. Objectively, we are looking at criteria.
All you've done is said,
We are looking at.
we believe.
No.
We believe
No,
because-
that's different.
Yes, it is.
That's
You-
different.
You say we believe.
No, okay. I've done two things. I've told you what our belief is.
Yeah,
But
so
when you
that's
can,
what your belief is.
no, I said to you because you're critiquing my belief,
No, I'm critiquing your Quran.
which is my belief. All right, which is part of my belief. Okay. So, I've told you what we believe and what our sources say. That's the first thing. And then, in terms of objectivity, I've challenged your criteria. Is it an objective criteria? Does it fit the thing you want to actually critique? And the answer is no. Because you are using the incorrect methodology and the incorrect tool to critique something else. You're using a naturalistic method to critique the supernatural. And when I asked you, have you ever seen a scientist use the naturalistic method or observation or instruments to critique the supernatural, you said no. But that's precisely what you tried to do. So from an objective standpoint, you can't critique it because you're using the wrong tool.
Well,
Now, if you
God-
came to me, as a
God
Christian
has
and
given us
tried to use a supernatural method, a supernatural criteria to challenge the supernatural act that Allah turned the clay into flesh and blood, because that's what happened. And how did that happen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breathed into him the soul. And the soul started at his feet and it filled him.
So
And as it filled him,
is
he
the
became
soul-
human.
is the
And that's
soul
why when he got to...
physical? Is the soul made of atoms?
Oh, we don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said
Is
to
the
us,
soul made of atoms?
يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الروح. Is that correct? يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الروح, yeah.
You're very little
Yeah.
thing about ruh.
We don't
have
know.
a very small knowledge about ruh.
No, we've got none.
We got none.
We got none. Because the Quran, that ayah finishes off by saying the knowledge of the soul is only with Allah. We don't know what it consists of. But Allah breathed this into him and it filled him up. And when he got to his nose, he sneezed. Yeah, that's what happened. He sneezed, and then he was taught.
And that's what you believe?
This is what we believe.
Yeah, okay.
But you as a Christian, you believe that. You as a Christian, you believe that Adam was created in a supernatural way as well. So what you're critiquing, I'm not sure.
Look. Okay, I'm not saying I believe that. I believe in an Adam, an Eve. Okay.
Okay.
They may have existed. They may have existed. I don't know, but I think the Adam and Steve story is actually much greater than that.
So you're saying you not believe in Adam?
Look, we don't know. There must have been a first human being, right? Okay, there must have been a first human being, but that human being, how long ago he lived and existed, we don't know. Many Christians will say 6,000 years, but you've got other people that say, okay, it could be 400,000 years. It could be 100,000
Robin,
years.
at the end of the day, look. At the end of the day, when if you're going to come to a Muslim, you're always going to be a bit with the same thing. Our evidence is the Quran, not because it's our belief. It is because
your confirmation.
No, let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence. The reason our evidence is the Quran is because we have substantiated it, and the evidence is shows that it's from Allah.
So this is kind of what everybody does. Okay, one is that they have their set of beliefs, they have their paradigm.
No.
Okay, and anything.
I've told you about evidence.
Everything that is, well, I've sort of given you evidence. That
you didn't give me evidence. You gave me a poor methodology before you even gave me any evidence.
Let me give you another one. Okay, let's move away from clay. Okay, the Quran in a number of places says, and I've read it, it says that the mountains are fixed; they cannot be moved. Right? Okay.
What does it say?
The mountains are fixed and they cannot be moved.
That's not what it says.
That's sort of
That's not what it says.
It uses the word pegs.
Okay, but it doesn't say it cannot be moved. It doesn't say it doesn't to stabilize. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's what it stabilizes.
It stabilizes the valleys, if you like, in the other parts.
Yeah, it doesn't say it doesn't move.
It doesn't say it doesn't.
Come on, we know our Quran.
It says fixed and cannot be moved.
No, what does the Arabic say?
I'm not sure what the Arabic says. I don't know what the Arabic says. I'll see if I can find. Actually, you should know.
I know the Arabic.
Yeah. Do you know the one where it is? Do you know?
I can't remember which one is it, but I know the Arabic. But it doesn't say that.
Yeah. In the Arabic, it doesn't say that they don't move.
They don't move.
It doesn't say
It
that.
become a pack, but it doesn't say that.
So
and it's a descriptive. It's descriptive.
Okay. So I'm going to say basic tectonic plates show that's not true.
What's not true?
That the mountains are fixed and they
we know that.
Okay,
the Quran doesn't claim it's fixed.
Well, it does.
No, it doesn't. In the Arabic, it doesn't claim it's fixed.
Arabs. I don't speak Arabs, but
I do. I'm an Arab.
I know it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
But even I know he doesn't say that.
I sort of thought.
I read the translation.
Come on, Robin.
Can you sort of find out?
Yeah.
So you're Christian. You are
Muslim now.
What made you be Muslim as opposed to anything else, and what makes you be Christian?
Here it is. We have set on the earth mountains standing firm. Okay? It says, we made from water every living thing, will they not believe? And we have set on earth mountains standing firm. Okay, so that's what it says. Okay, so
does firm mean immovable?
Well, it basically does mean...
No.
Yes,
Come on, now you're butchering the English language.
Okay.
Firm does not mean
Okay,
that I could look. I could be firm. I could have a firm body, but you can still move me back. It's two completely different things.
Okay, but so the mountains come up and go down. So once they can be a plain. So we've got parts of the Himalayas, 20,000 feet.
Does a mountain stand firm? Yes.
Okay, so
a mountain is quite firm. I would say. I don't think it's like jelly.
And then it says we made from water every living thing.
Yeah. Yes, every living thing has water.
No, we aren't just made from water. Water
it doesn't say just water.
Water is too.
It doesn't say just water.
Okay.
You are introducing terminology into the English. Forget the Arabic. You're now introducing things into the English.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't say what you're saying. Does it say only water?
It says we're made from water, every living thing.
Yeah. Does it say only?
Will not they believe? And we have set on the earth mountains standing.
Yeah. Are you saying that mountains are not firm?
It should shake with them. Okay?
Yeah, it should shake.
So as you say, the mountains are kind of like these pegs. They sort of hold the land so it doesn't kind of sort of shake and it doesn't move away. Okay? And we have made them broad highways between the mountains for them to pass, that they may find their way.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what...
This is accurate.
Okay? So that is a factually incorrect statement.
How?
Okay?
How?
Because that'll say they aren't standing firm. Now, you're not saying, okay, that they aren't there, so that they are free. So that's one.
There were 4 times 30 years ago
Actually, that's kind of what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for, because I did write some of these things down. Some of the things, 6-day creation.
Yeah, but you're putting things into the verse that's not there, and then saying it's false.
That's your interpretation of what.
That's actually dishonest. It's not even a misinterpretation.
So your YouTube channel is.
Come on, Robin.
I've seen you many times over your YouTube channel.
No, I'm Yemenite front. Yemenite.
Yeah.
لا خلينا.
Yemenite, yeah.
Yemenite.
Actually, sorry, I was wrong. It says, Sahih Muslim 39:6 says other created clay on Saturdays, the mountain Sundays, trees Monday. So yeah, sorry, clay on Saturdays.
But okay, sorry.
And things in towning Tuesdays, light Wednesdays, animals Thursday, Adam Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it says. So yeah, so it was actually created clay on Saturday.
Okay, so
yeah.
How long's a Saturday?
So that's the first thing, and then on Saturdays, then the mountains on Sunday, trees. So look, again, that's just kind of fictitious mumbo jumbo. You know.
Why? But why? What's the evidence to falsify that claim? The whole point of a falsification is to prove the opposite. Okay. But you're not doing that. Okay. You're just simply stating it is. So this is the thing. But the thing is, look, Robin, you're wearing this top saying science doesn't care about your belief, right? But you are not using the scientific method. The scientific method is to actually falsify using evidence to the contrary. That's how you falsify something. You do not falsify something by simply stating it's fictitious.
Okay, here's another one. Sahih Bukhari. So I was actually reading volume 4, 54. It says the sun at sunset goes to Allah to prostrate itself, but is rejected and is told to rise in the east.
Supernatural claim.
So it's a geocentric universe. So basically, so Muhammad in that time they had the understanding that the actual sun went over, and then it went to prostrate itself to Allah, but Allah told it to basically come back up again. Okay, so that's what Sahih Bukhari says. Okay, so that's a geocentric understanding. So they thought that the sun went round the earth.
No.
But whereas we know that the Earth spins around the sun.
Let's talk about the heliocentric and the geocentric models. Both of them are accurate. Why? Because it doesn't matter from where you measure. The reason we have a heliocentric system now is because it was easier to explain the solar system. That's why it changed from a geocentric. It wasn't to do with facts. It was
to do with facts.
No, it was to do with the ease.
Copernicus and Galileo.
Listen, the reason why, because if you are looking at the Earth as the center of the solar system, it makes it harder to explain how the solar system works. Whereas having the sun in the center of the solar system makes it hard. This is not now preferring one system over the other. This is again a supernatural claim because it's now saying Allah is commanding the sun to do something.
Well, it says the sun at sunset goes to Allah to prostrate itself.
Goes to Allah to prostrate. Have we seen the sun prostrate?
So no, we haven't.
Why? It's a supernatural claim.
This is rubbish. This is nonsense.
It's a supernatural claim.
And then it says the sun runs. Okay, Surah 36:35.
Yes.
The sun runs into a resting place.
Yeah.
The sun doesn't run into a resting place. This is mumbo jumbo. It's crap. It's wrong. It's false. Okay. And some of these other things are really
all of these things. All of these things that you mentioned are supernatural claims, things that we do not observe.
Okay.
How do you observe the sun rest?
Jesus had red and white complexion and greasy, scruffy hair. Okay, Sahih
doesn't say scruffy.
Well, that was the English version I said. So Jesus had red and white complexion. This is kind of mumbo jumbo. This is nonsense.
What does red and white mean?
Most people in hell are women. You know, what rubbish. You know, why are most people in hell women? I know we got all these men here. Is this heaven? Is this heaven because we got 95% men here?
You see, this is a misunderstanding of the hadith.
These are kind of things
have you read the exegesis of these hadith?
So they're nonsense.
No. See, look, you as a scientist, you need to investigate the claim, right? Have you read any of the exegesis of these?
No, I've just read them.
Okay, so what kind of scientist are you? How can you come to me and brag about the scientific method when you don't do basic research?
Because when you say exegesis, that is by people who already have a confirmation bias. So now one of the things with science science actually progresses through falsification. If somebody puts
So does Islam.
If somebody
The reason why Islam is so big is because of the falsification tests.
Well, that's what you claim, but it's actually
No, that's the reality.
Okay. So do you believe that? Do you believe the sun
Yes.
at sunset goes
Yes.
to Allah to prostrate itself?
Yes.
So when it goes to the sunset at say at 9 o'clock tonight,
Yeah.
so the sun goes to prostrate itself
Yes.
before Allah.
All the creation
Okay?
prostrates to Allah,
Okay, and
but
then
we do
Allah
not perceive
tells
it.
the sun off to
In
come
the
back up
Quran,
again.
it mentions that.
It is rubbish.
In the Quran, Allah mentions that everything prostrates to Him, but we do not perceive it. So we already told that we do not see how the trees prostrate.
So you really
we
believe
don't
this?
know. Yes.
You're nodding your head.
Yes.
Do you really believe
Yes.
it?
Every Muslim here.
I know you Muslims believe it because you're told
Alhamdulillah.
to believe it. You have to believe it, but you won't critique it.
No, because we.
Okay.
Because
It
we.
is not logical.
Yes,
That the sun. Is it logical that the sun goes?
I'll tell you why
at
it's illogical.
sunset,
I'll tell you why
at
it's
the
logical.
sunset- At sunset, no. The sun is a ball of fire where you've got basic hydrogen. Okay, what is the sun?
Look, the sun
Okay.
dies on sunset. It dies on sunset.
It doesn't die on sunset.
Look. You
It's-
go to
it's
California, you
there is no sunset. The sun is always burning in the sky.
yes,
and
yes,
the earth
yes, thank you,
spins
yes.
and goes round
Yes,
the sun.
thank you, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're wrong. Okay, so that is wrong. Okay.
Look, do you believe that? Apart from him,
Are you trying to tell us that we are in Britain? Because I know where we are.
do you believe that us humans have free will? Other things apart from humans
Look, this is like okay, Robin.
I sort of think that we have free will, but I also think that there are instinct as well.
Yeah, I mean, apart from us, other things doesn't have a free will.
Sorry?
They just go about, when, for example, trees, sun, grass, they don't have a free will. They just go
So trees
according to
don't,
whatever.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So the sun does not have a free will, right? So he just follow whatever the laws say.
No, what,
If he has
okay.
a free will, then he's going to go.
Okay, what the sun is the sun is a massive cauldron of hydrogen.
We are not
and
denying.
helium.
We are not denying its physical
Where
properties.
you've got nuclear fusion.
Robin,
going
Robin,
at a
Robin.
massive scale. That's what it is.
Robin.
There's two gases. It is helium and hydrogen.
Robin,
That's what the
we
sun
are
is,
we are
okay?
we are not disputing the makeup of the sun.
Okay,
Do you
but
think
you're saying that
Muslims are like the
that
Christians
ball of
who
helium-
separated science from religion?
But do you believe that ball of hydrogen
and helium
is actually
prostrates to Allah?
Actually prostrates itself
Yes.
every sunset.
Yes.
Okay, but the sunset in England is different to the sunset in America
Yes.
at a different time.
Yes.
Which is different in
doesn't
sunset
matter.
Yes.
to what's in Africa
Yeah.
and Australia
Yeah.
and all those places. So the sun doesn't set; it is always burning. Okay, it is always burning.
This is
There
a supernatural
The
claim.
sunset is a human paradigm.
It's a
okay. So therefore, that is a false claim.
No.
But
no, it's not.
It is. The sun does not prostrate itself, and Allah tells
How do
it
you
to
know?
get back up
When
in
we
there.
are told that we
Because-
do not
because
perceive
the sun
it.
has been around
So
for a long time.
you talk to the
For
sun,
1.5
what?
billion years.
Another
Okay,
one.
so
What's the last
again,
time you talked to the sun?
So,
No.
So I don't do
Hold
sun
on.
worship.
Thank
okay,
you.
Okay, you might do sun worship.
Right.
So look, listen, Robin.
Okay.
Explain consciousness from a scientific perspective.
No, forget consciousness.
Okay.
That's-
No.
They can't. Science can't explain
The
it.
sun does not have a consciousness. Do you believe the sun has a consciousness?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
So you think that those gases that the sun has a brain? Do you think the sun has a brain?
Did we say brain?
Okay, because
We said consciousness.
Consciousness has thought. Consciousness has thought.
Yeah, who said you need to have a brain?
So consciousness has
It's
thought.
subhanAllah. We are talking about the supernatural. Allah has created things differently.
The answer to that question is that science is not a being.
Science is not a being.
It's not a being.
Sure.
Scientists, they give it their opinion. That's not what science says. Some of the greatest scientists believed in God. Newton and Einstein.
Yep.
The thing is,
Science has its limitations.
Yeah.
So why would I want to believe in something that has
Okay,
limitations?
because science is to do with the physical material universe. Now, when we get to metaphysics, then that is something different again.
well, that's the thing. Everything you're critiquing is metaphysics.
Okay, so what I'm critiquing
Is metaphysics.
I'm critiquing the claims in the Quran and the Hadith.
Oh, I see. All right. No,
He is, but
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm critiquing the claims in the
Yeah, no, the sun is not a being. The sun cannot ask itself who created it.
No, that's right. That's right. That's right. It has no consciousness. Yeah, but they say that the sun has consciousness.
No, it doesn't. We are the only things made in God's image. There's no other beings made in God's image. We can ask those questions.
Yeah.
Where do I come from and where am I going?
That's what I believe. That's what I do believe. But
wouldn't you say that's confirmation bias?
so
Because you just stated your belief and say, yeah, I believe that.
Okay.
Where's your evidence that only man is made in his image?
Okay, let me...
No, see, that's it. You know, I think we need to have some consistency here. Because when you ask us for evidence, we say the Quran is our evidence because we can prove the Quran is from God. But so that's why we say that we believe in the metaphysics and the supernatural that is mentioned. That is our basis. But when it comes to you yourself have admitted, Robin. No, hold on a second. I'm speaking to Robin because Robin has mentioned that he does not believe in the Bible holistically. But he is a Christian, but still he believes that we were made man in our image. But man made in our image is referring to Adam, but you do not believe in an Adam.
I'm saying that I don't know whether a historical Adam exists or
But
not.
the Bible speaks about him in a historical way.
The Bible speaks about it and the Quran speaks about Adam.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that...
But yet you believe you were made in man's image.
Well, no...
Substantiate it.
No, I'm not made in man's image.
Whose image? Because he just said that. He said we believe that only man is made in his image, and you were like, yeah, I believe that.
Okay, but what I'm
So
saying
you made that claim.
is the consciousness, and that comes back to consciousness. Okay, so God may not be humanoid.
But he has a consciousness, no?
God may not be
Is he
humanoid.
conscious?
Yes, God is conscious.
Does he have a brain?
He doesn't have a
Kev,
brain.
right. So now why are you saying? Why are you talking about the sun? No, but why are you talking about the sun? Why are you talking about the sun having to have a brain? If Allah can create anything in any way, if God can create anything in any form and give anything consciousness, why now are you suddenly objecting to the fact that the sun can have consciousness?
Allah made the sun.
It's within our scriptures. Oh, no problem. For us, we can prove that the Quran is from Allah. We can prove it by showing that the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Yeah, but how?
No problem.
Independently, how can you prove it?
Yeah, the Quran is the evidence. Listen.
700, 800.
So, 610, but yeah,
whatever.
7th century.
So
what?
What about all
But we have it today. So what if it
Where
came?
did you get it from?
We go
Where
from
did
the
you get
Prophet.
that evidence from?
So we got it. Okay, so hold on a second. We got it from the Prophet, peace be upon him. Now there's a couple of ways.
Who was what? A human?
Man, yeah.
A human?
Yeah.
Who can make mistakes?
Of course, he's a human being.
Okay.
Hold
So
on a
therefore,
second.
He might have got
Right.
something wrong?
Hold on a second. Yeah, well, this is what we did. This is what we did.
He's not write it. He's not the author.
Yeah, he's not the author.
Well,
He was
who
illiterate.
wrote it? People
Oh,
ask
he revealed it.
No.
Revealed it orally.
No, he didn't reveal it.
on.
Okay, so listen.
A voice in his head did.
Oral.
Yes, we don't deny it. We know it was a voice in his head.
Okay.
We know it was a voice. We know that. We know that Allah. We know that. We know that.
Your evidence.
Well, I'm going to get it to you.
Still waiting for you to
No,
tell
but
me
you
what
keep
the
interrupting.
evidence-
You keep interrupting.
What is the evidence?
You
that
keep
Allah made the
interrupting.
sun?
You keep
I'm
interrupting.
waiting for the evidence.
Well, if you see, look, I haven't even started speaking, and you're already interrupting.
Everything else but the evidence of who made the
I'm
sun.
trying to get to the evidence. I'm trying to get to the evidence, but you're not letting me listen. You're not letting me talk.
You won't find any. I've yet
You
to meet
move.
an objective Muslim.
He doesn't claim.
I've yet to meet an objective Muslim who will critique their Quran.
Yes, and so can you. Lakum dinukum waliya din. Lakum dinukum waliya din.
You won't objectively critique your prophet.
I was just about